Morning, Arsene.
Morning.
One more positive result needed and you'll be in the top four. It's just a matter of keeping the concentration and focus now, I think.
So for us, it's to finish as close as possible to the top and to win our remaining games. That's what is at stake for us.
In terms of your home form this year, it's the last home game of the season, of course. You lost that first one against Aston Villa. You've been unbeaten since. It's been a journey.
We started in the worst possible way, and after we regressed, and we have a good, strong home record. The restriction you would have is that maybe in the big games we didn't only make draws and not win in some of them. That's where maybe the missing points are at the moment, because we are very close to the top. And maybe one or two more wins at home would have made that difference.
Okay, before we continue the next question, can someone turn off the audio, please?
Yeah, turn it off now.
Thank you. You okay? Right.
And in terms of team news, you did talk about it yesterday, but just to confirm, there's no one back from Monday night. You're picking from the same
From the same squad, yes.
And how close the likes of Kieran Gibbs and Jack Wilshere to return as well?
Kieran Gibbs is very, very close now, and Jack Wilshere is not far away as well. They're very close to integrate full training again.
Somewhere away, of course, but you've got the FA Cup coming up, you've got players coming back. It's going to be a tough selection for that final.
No, what is important is the next game. You know, it's just win. Let's win at home against West Brom. It's the last home game, and after the FA Cup is in 2 weeks. It's a long time.
And last one for me, talking about the game, West Brom themselves, their form, they're probably just about safe, and they're showing form just at the right time.
Yeah, 36 points should keep you safe this season. And it's strange, because if you look mathematically at the table, it looks like every big team could lose everywhere. And you would think that the difference between the teams has been much closer. But if you look at the points, the gap between the top teams and the bottom teams, point-wise, is bigger than any other year before. So there's a little bit contradiction between what you have observed visually and mathematically. It doesn't confirm that impression.
Colin?
So what kind of challenge do you think you'll face against West Brom?
Challenge is to be, of course, beat West Brom means that if you look at the names they have in the team, they are a good side, and to play for us is the challenge is to play with a good focus and feel that we get stronger in every single game. What we recently have achieved, we have been better in every game and controlled much better the games compared to 1 month ago.
Just on Jack Wilshere, do you think it would be a gamble for Roy Hodgson to take him to the World Cup?
It is not a gamble if he's completely fit. It's a strengthening of a team. And if there was a medical doubt, yes, it would be a gamble. But I think he will be completely safe, and on that front, medically, he should be all right.
And with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain?
Chamberlain, at the moment, is an inflamed groin. We'll see how he progresses. For the World Cup, he should be okay. But for us, until the end of the season, will he come back before the end of the season? I don't know.
And what's the latest on Bakary Sagna?
He's in his camp, so he could give you a much better answer than I can.
And with his knee injury, is he likely not to be involved on Sunday?
He is a doubt for Sunday, yes.
But there are lots of players who, in the past, who've left Arsenal, and it hasn't necessarily been very good for their career. Is that something that you've pointed out to him in his camp?
No, I would like the players to stay for more positive reasons, not for fear, you know, and fear of failing somewhere else. I think you want the players to be part of this club, and I believe that something that we are very keen here is to help players to love the club and stay for the good reasons, for the football we play, for the values we rate, and for being part of a club that is special. But you want the place to stay for that and for the ambition we have.
In your own future, I know you don't like talking.
I don't think we don't need to talk about that because that question has been answered many times.
But just because it's a couple of days before the final home game of the season, there's no chance that this is your final game as manager.
No. There's always a chance because you don't. Nobody of us knows how long we will live. But on my desire, no, there's no doubt.
Steve?
Yeah, Arsene, is there anything more that English football can be doing, do you think, to try and get their sides into the Champions League final?
That's a good question, because every year, for example, last year everybody said Germany has taken over now European football. It just shows you. I think it's so close, and once you get to the out of a group stage, it becomes a cup formula, and then it's just form of a day, form of injured players or not. I believe England is there, and you will see that again in the next year. I think as well that. It's not down to be protected or not protected. It's just the fact that these games are very close. You could see it again on the other night between Chelsea and Atletico Madrid. It's close.
But is there anything more that can be done? I mean, do you see next year it being...
No, I think the Premier League is very tough. We have the best players in the world. In this league, but some other clubs as well can compete on that front. And in fact, the Champions League final this year is the opposition basically of two policies. One, a star policy, and one team with restricted resources and based on stability. Because if you take the team of Atletico Madrid 3 years ago, we'll find 10 players who already played. They just lost Falcao, but all the other players stayed at the club. And it's good as well to see that teams who have less resources can still be successful in the modern game. That's why this final is so interesting.
Arsene, since the defeat to Everton, it's been the FA Cup win against Wigan and 3 straight league wins. How pleased have you been with the response of your squad success?
One of the ingredients we had this season, I think, is the response when everybody was writing us off. We have always responded in a very strong way. That means that the mentality is very strong and healthy and united inside the camp. And we started the season with a big loss, a very big disappointment against Aston Villa, and we had to go 3 days later to Fenerbahce to play maybe the most important game of the season, and we responded in a very positive way. And we did that all season. I think overall in the season we have been remarkably consistent. We missed some vital games. That's a regret we have of the season. Some turning points in the season away from home where we failed to turn up with the right performance. But overall we have been remarkably consistent because we have gone out in the Champions League against Bayern. We went into the final of the FA Cup playing many big teams. We are 7 points off Liverpool, who had only played one competition. So we have been consistent, but in the Premiership, I think we missed some games that we pay off, that we pay for it now.
And West Bromwich Albion, one of those teams in and around the bottom half who changed their managers this season. I know you're a big fan of giving managers a lot of time, but it doesn't seem to be working, does it?
Look, I believe that technical stability is important, that if you change too many times managers, football will suffer from it, the young players will suffer from it, nobody will give a chance to any young player. If he knows that the next game he loses, he's out. It will, no young player anymore will have a chance, and therefore one of the things, characteristics of the season 2013-14 in the Premier League, it's the first time since I'm here in England that so many managers in the Premier League have been changed. And that trend looks it will be interesting at the start of next season to see who started the Premier League in 2013 and who will start in 2014. And we might be amazed by how many managers have changed. That is not good for the quality of a game.
Arsene, can I ask you about your response to Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain only being fined for breaking financial fair play?
Look, there are rules to apply for the financial fair play. If you don't respect them, you have to apply the rules. I don't know especially the rules, but one of the rules is that normally you should have be banned for the excess of a financial amount that is not justified. That means you are 100 million overboard. You should be punished for 100 million wages bill in the Champions League. I want to see if that is respected. If that is not respected, then the financial fair play will have problems in the future to be respected because everybody will just not consider it at all.
I mean, originally when they were going to bring it in, they were talking about clubs who breached those rules being excluded from European competition.
Yeah, but that has gone now out. I've thought about that problem, and the media might play a part in that because when UEFA sells the rights of the Champions League, for example, to a French television, it's very difficult to explain to that French television once they've paid the money that the best club in their country will not play in the competition. And so that might be one of the reasons behind that.
I mean, Arsenal are one of the clubs that have adhered to it and really bought into it. Do you feel let down at all by UEFA if they are going to soften?
Not at the moment because it's I don't know how far it will go and how much it will be respected. If it's not respected, of course we will feel let down. There's as well the European clubs, you know, who have a kind of union, who have a word to say in there, where the chairman at the moment I think is Rummenigge, and they plead as well for the financial fair play. What will their response be if it's not respected will be interesting to see.
Do you think Louis van Gaal could have an impact in the Premier League from what you know of it?
Yes, because he's a top-class manager.
Do you think that's the kind of job that he would relish taking on?
You should ask him that question, I don't know.
Oh, well, I'll give him a ring later. I can give you his number if you need it.
Good, thank you very much. I haven't got it.
You got mine, though. Per said, we spoke to him after the match, he said, look, you know, we can't really consider ourselves that we deserve to finish in the top three because of the results that we had against the top three. Is that a fair comment?
It's a fair comment, yes, because we had just won one of these games, you would be in the top three. So we haven't, but mathematically still not completely out. But that's the regret we have of the season is, of course, we have. When I tell you we have been remarkably consistent, it is because against the teams who did not fight for the Premier League title, we have made our job, but not, especially not away from home in some of these big games. Yes, we couldn't bring the points.
So when you look back on your season, do you feel you've taken the maximum possible out of this squad?
Look, I think to what happened to us, you know, what you want when you come out of Christmas, we were in a strong position. What you want then after Christmas is to have your strong players available, everybody available in March, April, February. We had too many injuries. It's very, very difficult. You can do 1, 2, because you have after that, when you have too many injuries, you have always to play the same players, and that is detrimental to the efficiency of the group. I think the regret we have is that too many players were out at the same time between Christmas and April.
Okay, finally, Mark.
Arsenal, we're obviously end of the season now, we're approaching the silly season of all the transfer speculation. There's fresh reports in Spain this morning that Arsenal are back in for Morata. Can you put your hands on that?
No, we are in for nobody at the moment.
But would he be the kind of player?
Not especially, no.
Okay, guys, thank you. Who's coming for the breakout now?